Watch.
Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know what happened. I think they're trying to stop me. You can't hear my podcast. Everything was unmuted. I'm waiting for someone. Let me know. Can you hear me now? I don't know why. Everything was unmuted. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. Let's try this again. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Everything was unmuted. I just started the broadcast over again. And that's it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, let's try this again, folks. I apologize for whatever reason I wasn't getting any sound. I've been having strange things happening. Yesterday I had some technical difficulties, and seems like, again, I'm having technical difficulties. They're trying everything. They're going to great lengths, including, as I was mentioning to myself, hacking my wife's email account. That's right. My wife, as I mentioned before, works for the city of Yonkers Public Schools. Yesterday, she was having some issues with her account on her laptop, on her work laptop that she has been issued. In fact, whatever she uses to log on had disappeared off her laptop yesterday. And then today she calls me up and says, hey, my email account was hacked. So I told her to, change all the passwords, not only from her work email, but also from her personal emails. I told her to make sure you don't email, me or anything that's, maybe personal innocently. Like, for example, when she wanted to share the YMA Idol flyer with me so I can share it, right? I'm not sure if I think she might actually texted that, but something like that. I told her just don't email it, send everything to text, because individuals are digging. This is definitely an inside job. And that's what people have told me. People have been calling me. And this is not the first time that some incident like this has happened with a school administrator. There have been other administrators who have had their computers hacked and information put out there. I believe there was, some administrators that had pornography on their laptops or their work computers. And who's to say that they're not? I mean, this is 2022. I can easily manipulate anything. I can manipulate a text conversation with individuals. I can do that in 5 minutes. Create a text conversation between you and some anonymous person. Simple. I can absolutely do that. Any one of your number that I have, I can create a text conversation that will look like it's from you, and I can make it say whatever. So how do we know that anything that they may say, hey, it's, not that I'm concerned, because there's nothing there, nothing at all, So, and they can keep digging, they can keep trying to log on to whatever or hack whatever. But what is to say they say, hey, look, this is what we found, but it's really something that wasn't planted, right? I mean, that can very well happen. So, that's strange. And I believe that it's definitely an inside job. They're going to be looking into it. They have a tech guy coming to see what's going on there. And is it related to the ransom or the hacking that happened to the computer systems in the city, and where they had a ransom? They were demanding, the city pay a ransom in order to have their computer system released. Was that also an inside job? And also on Sunday, I didn't notice it till yesterday, but on Sunday, someone messaged me on Facebook, and I thought it was a strange message, and I want to share that with you. A woman messaged me, and I get a lot of messages now, and it was just strange. I don't know if you could see that there. She messages me this on Facebook. I like to get high and FUK. And I said, okay. So I then looked at the profile. I said, well, who's this person? And check out what school they said they attended. Went to Yonkers Montessori Academy, the school that my wife works at. So why would this person message me and send me something like, I like to get high and have sex? And I look at their profile and they went to Yonkers Montessori Academy. All circumstantial evidence, but all Strange coincidences, or maybe not, or maybe not. I mean, I've been speaking a lot about our elected officials, things that they don't like. People have been telling me, Freddie, yo, you are the talk of the town. What you are saying has people concerned. Others are loving it. And people concerned with being exposed, losing their seats. But they shouldn't be concerned with me. They should be concerned with themselves. They are the ones that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing as our elected representatives. I'm merely highlighting what they're doing or what they're not doing. So they're going crazy. They're scrambling. I mean, I'm not crazy, folks. And many people know this. That's why people are scared. Somebody texted me today and said, this is exactly why I don't want to say anything or why I hesitate. I know their capabilities. Be careful, stay strong. And I said, thank you, I appreciate that. But I have nothing to hide, so I'm not concerned at all. And I'm not going to stop. And it's only going to expose the corruption and how far individuals will go to maintain power here in the city of Yonkers. And it's unbelievable. It's disgusting. And somebody like Congressman Jamal Bowman, who has a national platform, who lives in Yonkers, I feel and I believe, as do others, that he should be putting a spotlight on this, putting a spotlight on the corruption here in the city of Yonkers. He is a Democrat. Well, the Yonkers Democratic Party is full of individuals that are corrupt. It's a fact. It's a fact. People talk about it like it's no big deal. One of those corrupt individuals is Zahi Jarris. He uses Hezi Media Inc., which is the Yonkers Tribune, to do his dirty work. Recently, I've been talking about a hit piece on Dr. Edwin Quesada, the Yonkers Public School Superintendent. It's been long rumored that Nader Sage wants to be the Yonkers Public School Superintendent, and that would be a huge mistake, Yonkers. Say what you want about Dr. Quesada, but there's no way that Nader Sage would be much better than Dr. Quesada. Nader Sage is linked also to the Hezi Media, the Yonkers Tribune, the article, the Yonkers Tribune, which the article was written on. How is Nader Sage connected to them? More than just having his picture there, they share the same address. The Yonkers Tribune, Hezi Media Inc., is registered at 10 Palisade Avenue. Well, where's 10 Palisade Avenue? This is Hezi, by the way. 10 Palisade Avenue is right here, located in the building owned by Nader Sage, where his office is located, near Chicken Island. Why is the Yonkers Tribune, Hezi Media Inc., registered to the same address as Nader Sage? To a building that Nader Sage owns. So again, how much more do I have to give you guys to see what's going on here? Zahi Jarris, it's a fact, is the man that's behind Nader Sage, Tasha Diaz, the majority leader, Ada Medina, John Rubo, Shanae Williams, and also the Yonkers Tribune, as well as Brian Harrah and the Newswire. He is the guy that is controlling these individuals, that is manipulating their decisions, their actions, what they say, what they do, how they do it, and they call him a genius. They call him a genius. Well, I don't think so. You're slipping up, genius. Your attacks on me only show that there's some fear there. To go to such great lengths as to hack my wife's Yonkers Public School email, to message me with this crap, to accuse me of child pornography, shows desperation. And I appreciate it, because you're helping my cause. You're exposing yourselves. And that's exactly why I do what I do. So I wanted to make that connection with Zahi, Hezi Media Inc., and Nader Sage, because I want people to see that this is all part of a game. Anything that the Yonkers Tribune puts out specifically about Yonkers elected officials and even county officials should be taken with a grain of salt. You should think, is this just a political move, someone making a move? The article about Dr. Quesada, is it just Nader looking to position himself to become the next superintendent of the Yonkers Public Schools? Because he's not going to win the mayor's seat. He's not going to win the mayor's seat, especially if term limits are eliminated and Mike Spano runs again. Nick Spano's the guy controlling everything. Everyone else is just one of Nick's stooges. That's what I hear. But I don't see Nick. I can connect Zahi Jarris easily. Nader Sage, Tasha Diaz, Ada Medina. That's easy. And it's like the painting or the picture, you have to think about this, of the rich individuals playing the card game on that table that's being held up by the people. The table's on their backs, right? But we have to just stand up. The game is over. But these individuals are also holding that table up. They are the key, what do you call that, columns or that really hold it up. So take them out. Sweep the legs. Daniel, son. Sweep the legs. The genius went to jail to cover for Nick. That's what I hear. He kept his mouth shut. And what I hear is that he went to trial because he believed that he could beat it. He thought that he was that protected. But he found out he wasn't. But 4 years was still not a bad amount of time. I mean, he went to a federal prison. I hear those are like country clubs. You get to play tennis. They do movie nights with popcorn. Right? And then if you do right by the individuals, you stay shut. And then they do right by you. When you come home, you're going to come home to some money. How do you think an individual goes from coming home from jail to living in Scarsdale with a $200,000 pool? I mean, a car wash ain't making that much money. Nick has delivery boys to keep the ZD off his hands. You know, that comment was very upsetting to some people. The last ZD comment you made. Actually, John Cater got blamed for it, so it was you. Carpeting. What do you mean? I'm sorry. Carpeting. So I found that to be interesting. And who else is connected to Zahi Jarris, the Yonkers Tribune? And I like the guy. I like Jose Alvarado because he's a great singer. He's a great singer. Give him a few modelos. Yonkers Insider Report Candidate Spotlight. Democrat Jose Alvarado for Westchester County Legislator in the 17th District. This is from 2019, but I just want to show you. This is from Yonkers Community Media, which was created by Hezi Harris and Hezi Media, Inc. We write the candidate spotlight from Yonkers, so they're just talking good about Jose Alvarado, but I found something interesting that they said. As a former Westchester County legislator, he has the qualifications and credentials to return back to Westchester County legislator with his experience and hitting the ground running, and he doesn't need on-the-job training for the job because Jose has done this job in the past as a former Westchester County legislator. We are so lucky to have Jose Alvarado seek to return to public life. Are we? Or who's lucky? For the betterment of our city of Yonkers and the county of Westchester. I mean, come on. Anyone reading this believes this? Come on. I don't dislike Jose. He's a good guy. I mean, listen, personally, he's a good guy. I mean, at least from the few interactions I had with him, he sings great. You know, I thought it was the actual, song and not some guy singing, not him doing karaoke. But we know the gentleman's been fired multiple times from city jobs because he was not showing up. They said he was drunk at work. He was going to the country club on Park Hill in the afternoons at the bar there to get drinks while he was supposed to be at work. And people have told me that he smells like alcohol quite often. He sung at some, housing association lunch dinner for the people. And they're looking at him like, what the hell is this guy doing? We're just here to get some food. And he wanted to serenade the people. But why? When you get them modelos in you, you get to feeling You know, I guess like Tito Puentes, you thought you were Mark Anthony. I don't know. I don't know any of the famous Mexican singers. Salina. Thought you were Salina. Cater made Zahi's wife his chief of staff, making $120,000 per year in health insurance for the family. While Zahi was away. Yes, you're right. Then Zahi comes back and F's Cater. You know why? Because Nick ordered him to F Cater. Simple as that. Yeah, and Zahi blamed it on the fact that he said Mike Cater physically assaulted his wife at the public library. And so the story goes that Zahi got upset. He makes the comment, I know my wife's not the greatest thing in the world, but she's still my wife. So I'm going to get that guy, right? My wife is the greatest thing in the world, Zahi. You should always say that. You should never say, I know my wife's not the greatest thing in the world, but she's still my wife. I mean, I know I got a crappy car, but it still gets me from point A to point B, That's messed up. That's messed up. I guess they ain't as impressive as those honeys you like to, take over the Sophias. Huh? They're not as impressive. And why didn't she get no credit from the mayor when you was locked up and for your son's success? That's messed up, man. She should have got credit. You weren't there for 4 years. Now I'm muted again? Am I muted? Because somebody said I'm muted now. I'm telling you, these guys, I didn't even mute myself. Uh-oh. Am I muted? Now he's working at the Parks Department. That's right. Jose Alvarado works at the Parks Department for the county, right? I'm just going to pop my collar up. It's bothering me, right? And he's also a county legislator. And something to the effect that that's not okay to get paid from, from the county, I guess twice or whatever, something to that effect. I'm not sure. But yes, that's what people have complained. Again, I don't dislike Jose Alvarado. He's a good guy. I just don't think he's someone that should be representing anyone. I'm just saying. I mean, do we not want, why do we elect people? Why do we vote in like these individuals? I want to know. What's the point? Do we really believe the people that we have elected, those that are in office now, are the right people for the jobs, those jobs that they hold? Anyone really believe that? I want somebody who truly believes that to comment. I want someone who says, yo, the majority leader is doing an excellent job. I believe in what she's doing, Freddie. You're stupid and wrong. Comment. Go ahead. I won't be rude. I just, He works in the Parks Department for the city of Yonkers. He's not the head of it. I thought he was the head of the Parks Department. That's why I didn't think it was the city of Yonkers. Because isn't Steve Sansone the head of the Parks department? Or maybe he's, I don't know. I get all confused because they rotate the same individuals. They put them every year. But the fact is, if the individual gets fired twice, he's not showing up to work. They moved him out of City Hall because he was coming in, you can smell alcohol on people, man. Alcohol and cocaine, you can smell the alcohol and you can see the effects of the cocaine, right? They twitch a lot, their nose and their lips and their mouth, and they sniff at the same time. So those two things, man, save that for after work. You can't hide that. God forbid you're in a city car and you get into an accident like certain individuals and it was covered up and they still hold their city jobs. How do you get into an accident, because you were driving while intoxicated and still hold your city job? I got the paperwork. I have the paperwork. Not sure, but he always takes care of the mitives in the parks near my house, the mitives. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying. But again, that's on the county level. But the lights. Yeah, he can take care of the lights. They do those simple things because, they're easy to do. Right? Although some people can't do the simple things. But this, hand out food, attach yourself to an organization that's already handing out food, and then, have that as your claim to fame. But what really needs to be done, the real impact, where the real impact is made, they lack any real skill, any real effort, any real accomplishments. So I just want to put it out there about my wife's, email being hacked and having issues on her laptop. And then I get that strange message from somebody saying they like to get high and have sex. And then they went to Yonkers Montessori Academy interesting. What are they trying to say? Oh, Freddie is, cheating on his wife with somebody that went to Yonkers Montessori Academy. Is that what you're going to say? Is that the best you knuckleheads could come up with? Frankie, Jeffrey, I know you was talking about me recently too. I heard about it. You guys looking for me, Jeffrey? Or is that true? I'm just saying, if you want to talk, come on, I'll take you out to, did you get the teeth fixed? No? Now I'll get you some sherbet. Go out for some sherbet till you get your teeth fixed. You know what I'm saying, Jeffrey? Don't play with me. You're not from that. That's not you. Okay, that's definitely not you. But if you want to go get some sherbet, I will take you to Six Borough Ice Cream over there on North Broadway. They just opened up. Shout out to them. They got some great, delicious vanilla ice cream, Jeffrey. I'll take you there. So is it you guys? I mean, you guys have it out for me. That's what I was told. Came out of your mouths. Don't do things like that. You could do things other way if you want to try and stop me. Like, come see me. Come see me to talk. Let's talk about it. We can actually be friends, Jeffrey, right? We can actually be friends. I'll make sure no one knocks your teeth out again. Over there at Rory Dolan's. Don't ever go back. And knock Jeffrey Sage's teeth out at Rory Dolan's. And the guy hates me for it now because I mentioned it. That's what happens when you drink too much. So we got to watch the alcohol consumption by individuals that are here in the city of Yonkers, that represent the city of Yonkers, that work for the city of Yonkers. They're all connected. Nader Sage, he's allowing Hezi Media Inc. to be registered at that address. Look what the Yonkers Tribune is putting out there. Who wants Dr. Quesada's seat? Nader Sage. Who's putting out the article? The Yonkers Tribune. Where are they located? In Nader Sage's office. Oh, no, they're not connected. No. It's total, no. They have nothing to do with each other. No. I can't wait to get a picture of Zahi Jarris walking into Nader Sage's office. Anyway, Tasha, I love you, baby. I got to get out of here. They are actually violating the children's privacy. Who's that? Oh, yes, by hacking into my wife's computer, which is why they're going to be looking into it. Because also they understand that, there's people that have an agenda. There's people that have a motive to hack into her email account. So at this point now, let's look into it, right? And, especially if Dr. Quesada, superintendent, knows these people are trying to come after him too. I'm just saying, I think he would have an interest in trying to find out, because children's and family records and emails and stuff like that could be exposed. And their business put out there. My wife engages family all the time. They communicate with her about things if they're, regarding their children. And this is information that's now going to be or is exposed. So it doesn't just affect me. It's not affecting my wife. And I think that's the biggest really concern of it all. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to find nothing on me. Okay? You're not going to find me in a G-string, a thong. You know what I mean? I keep those on my phone. I'm just kidding. You're not going to find anything that's nefarious that you're going to hit me with. But you are going to have families and their kids, information, private information exposed. And that's the biggest tragedy of it all. And it's the same individual. I'm going to keep saying that. Zahi Jarris, Nader Sage, the Yonkers Tribune, Majority Leader, that whole crew. We call them the Motley Crew. That whole Motley Crew right there. They're behind this. They're behind the pornography accusations, throwing in London Reyes, throwing in Laura Reyes, throwing in my wife. You guys are dirty. You guys are dirty because I'm not making anything up. I'm just speaking the truth. You guys are making things up. You guys are dirty. And in regards to the Sage, I wasn't referring to everyone with the last name Sage. I was just referring to Nader Sage, Nadeem Sage. Okay, so I apologize again to the community or anyone with the last name Sage. It's not about a last name. It's not about an ethnicity. It's not about a race. It's about an individual. And because my sister passed away from an overdose because she took a fake prescription pill at 27 years old, I had to go through that. I had to get that phone call. I will never have respect for an individual like Nadeem Sage. Never. okay? Because he's out there selling pills to people, getting them further addicted, and then they get locked up, and what happens? They turn to heroin. Like my sister, who was, addicted because she was in a hospital for several months after a bad accident, car accident, where she was airlifted. She had never taken that stuff before. They pump her with that stuff at the hospital. She left with the addiction. And now you have the fake fentanyl pills and stuff. And then you have doctors creating these pill mills, getting people further addicted. And then they turn to heroin and the doctors go to jail. And that's probably what happened to a lot of people in Nadeem Sage. How many families did you destroy, Nadeem? So your family could live good. They live good. They got money. They got buildings, even though they're slumlords. And I'm getting the reports on that soon, Nader. Hey, you're a big slumlord. All right. So I'm going to get those paperwork because there's facts for you guys. Okay. There's facts on you guys. So you can make accusations and I'm going to continue to bring facts. And the fact is, Nadeem Sage was arrested and convicted of selling prescription drugs, trading them for favors and trips to different places and steak dinners while kids are getting freaking killed out here. Teenagers. Because, it happened here in Yonkers. Teenage girl, 15 years old, one of these fake pills. A lot of overdoses that they're just hiding. Last week, people were found in their cars overdosed. So Nadeem Sage, you're a part of that problem. And your license was taken away, and it should have been. And I'm going to continue to say that. And I don't care if it wasn't Nader, because he's just as corrupt politically. They don't care about nobody. They don't care about making money for themselves, enriching themselves. So I don't have any sympathy for you. Spoiled little brats like Jeffrey Sage that go around with no regard for people who are less fortunate. They don't care. And the Jordanian community, they split you guys, and you should out them because your guy was Cater. Mike Cater was your guy, Jordanian community. If you want to be a community that has, known for being respect, integrity, having high morals, which I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying if you want to maintain that integrity, you need to back the right individual within your community. And that was Mike Cater. That was not Nader Sage. That was not Zahid Jarris. And some of you are doing it because you're getting some financial and business support. And that is wrong. Okay? That is wrong because you impact an entire community. You impact families. And you impact individuals negatively. And you don't care. So why should I? I'm Freddie Vasquez. Thank you for joining me. And when I mean I don't care, or why should I care, I mean, why should I care about how you feel about the information and podcast that I did? Do you care about the people that your family has damaged or caused injury to? What about this guy, Hezi, who's putting out this malicious, information? Or Brian Harrod, or whatever the hell his name is, who's accusing my wife and others of child pornography? Screw them. And their day is coming. Karma is here. Every dog has his day. And I'm Freddie Vasquez, and I'm going to deliver that karma. Thank you for joining me, folks. I'm not going nowhere. You can hack whatever you want. Hack whatever, talk to whoever, do whatever. Not going to bother me. Keep digging, because I'm going to put you in that grave. I'm Freddie Vasquez. I'll see you. Enjoy your rest of your day.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez. You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
In another one, Mr. Rumo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
We're going to leave it where it is. Let's vote on this. Let's get it popping.
Freddie